Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tomato Blues Kitchen. This is me Anusha Rajagopal and today I'm going to show you all 3 easy quick recipes or prasadams that you can whip up on Gokulashtami day. So those of y'all who are working will not have the luxury of time to make chakli or tattamurukku or chidai on this festival. So for those of you, this is going to be a great plus. These are 3 recipes that do not involve a lot of prep time and hands-on cooking, and you can make this in a jiffy, like I said. So come on, let's get started. Our first recipe is going to be a quick and simple rava laddu. For that, I have taken a tri-ply bottom stainless steel pan like this, and I'm adding 2 teaspoons of ghee. Now, once the ghee has heated up, we are going to be adding 1/8 of a cup cashew nuts. I have broken the cashew nuts into small bits. I've used about 12 cashews over here. I used whole cashews and I broke them in small bits. Now I'm adding all this to the ghee and I'm going to be frying them till they are a light golden brown. Once the cashews are done, we are going to now roast our rava. I have taken 1 cup of rava, which is semolina or suji, and we are going to roast this in the remaining ghee on low flame for about 2 to 3 minutes until the rava turns fragrant. You should make sure that the color of the rava does not change. It should still have that whitish hue to it, and yet it should become fragrant, and it should start resembling sand when you finish frying or roasting. Now this is how it looks, and I'm transferring the roasted rava to a plate. Now do not keep the rava in the pan itself, because then that will lead to over roasting of the rava. The next step would be to add 3/4 of a cup sugar and 2 cardamoms to a blender, and now we are going to powder our sugar. Now this is how our powdered sugar looks like, quite pretty, isn't it? Now we are going to be transferring this powdered sugar and cardamom mixture to a big plate. You can also use brown sugar in place of white sugar to make your rava laddus, but make sure that whichever sugar you use, it is smoothly powdered without any crystals or granules. Now once done, then like I said, let us transfer it to a plate. Now we are now going to add the roasted cashews. Our next step is going to be powdering our roasted rava. Allow your rava to cool down and then transfer it to the same blender, and we are going to grind this roasted rava or suji to a really smooth fine powder. If you're very particular about the texture, you can also sieve your powdered rava and repeat the grinding process 1 or 2 more times. Now once you have added all these ingredients to the plate, we are going to add our next ingredient, which is our binding agent to make our laddus. But before that, let us use a spoon like this and make sure to mix all the sugar and the rava evenly. Now this process helps in even distribution of the sugar and rava. Next, like I said, I have taken 3 to 4 tablespoons of melted ghee. This ghee is not very hot, but it is hot. So please proceed with caution in case you're using hands. To just be on the safer side, I've used a spoon just to mix the ghee into the rava and sugar mixture. Now, begin with 3 tablespoons of melted ghee, and in case you feel that the ghee is not enough to make laddus, then you can add the other remaining 1 tablespoon of ghee. The ideal consistency should be that when you gather up a little bit of the mixed mixture and try to press it within your hands, it should hold together and shouldn't crumble easily. Now you can see that I'm using my hands to mix everything, and you can also see that how beautifully all of the mixture has come together and how I am able to shape my laddus. So this is the ideal consistency. In case you are not able to do this, add the remaining ghee, mix well, and continue to make your laddus. For this quantity that I have mentioned here, you will easily get 12 medium-sized rava laddus. In case you like this video, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more recipe updates. Now see that I am making laddus using my hands and pressing them gently but firmly. Also, if you find that the mixture is too hot to handle, you can always use a gloves to shape your laddus. Now that all our laddus have been shaped, let me show you how our finished laddus look like. So this is how our laddus look like. So our first recipe, Rava laddu, is ready. Now let us see our second recipe, which is Vella aval or sweetened aval or sweetened rice flakes. I'm going to be using medium thick poha or rice flakes to make our sweetened jaggery today. You can also use thick poha, but in case you're using thick poha, then you will have to wash the poha under running water thoroughly and soak it in enough water just to cover it for about 3 to 4 minutes. Once 3 to 4 minutes are gone by, remove the poha or drain the poha from all the water and then continue to proceed. If you are a beginner, I highly recommend that you use the medium thick poha because this does not require any kind of soaking. You just have to wash it and set it aside for 4 to 5 minutes, and that is what I have done today. What I did was I washed my 1 cup of poha in running water and I let it sit for 3 to 4 minutes so that all the excess water is drained out. Now let us begin making our Vella aval. For this, I am adding half a cup of powdered jaggery to a thick bottomed stainless steel pan. We are not going to be making any string consistency jaggery syrup today. I am just adding 2 tablespoons of water to the jaggery. We are now going to melt our jaggery and cook this for about 1 to 1.5 minutes till the consistency resembles honey. I am adding 2 crushed cardamoms. Let us give this a good mix, and like I said, we are going to boil this or rather simmer this on medium flame for 1 to 1.5 minutes until the syrup begins to resemble honey. You can also see that the syrup begins to form bubbles around the edges as and when it thickens and all the jaggery melts along with the water. This is the correct consistency for us to switch off the flame. I highly recommend switching off the flame to prevent further cooking. Now let us add the washed and softened poha to this prepared jaggery syrup. Once we've added the poha, let us give it a little bit more of flavor and texture by adding a little bit of coconut. I am taking 1/8 of a cup fresh coconut which is being cut into small pieces. This is again highly optional but recommended for a nice taste. Once you've added the coconut, give it a good mix. Do not panic if you find that the poha is oozing out water. As and when the time goes by and the poha, absorbs all the jaggery, it will soften and there will be no more water. Also, the flavors would have beautifully amalgamated and come together, and the Vella aval will taste extremely delicious. You can also add roasted cashews to your Vella aval if you want. I prefer adding coconut for a beautiful earthy and natural flavor, which is why I tended to add coconut. Now let us get on to adding our next finishing step for our Vella aval. I'm going to be using a very small piece of edible camphor, that is Pacha Kalpuram in Tamil, to flavor further my Vella aval. Like I said, I'm going to be using a very small piece and I'm going to crush it like this and add it or rather sprinkle it on the top of my Vella aval, and that's it, my friends. Our jaggery sweetened rice flakes or sweet poha or jaggery poha is ready. You can see that there is a little bit of moisture, but like I said, as and when the time passes by, the poha would have absorbed all the water, it would have softened up and the flavors would be merged well and it would taste excellent. Now let us get on to a third recipe, which is gopalkala. So what is this kala, you all may wonder? This is nothing but yogurt and poha mixed together. I've taken the same 1 cup of medium sized or rather medium thick poha and I'm going to wash and set it aside for 3 to 4 minutes. After 3 to 4 minutes, I'm going to add the washed and softened poha to a glass mixing bowl. Like I said, you can use thick poha for your gopalkala as well, but the soaking time will differ. Now I'm adding 1/4 cup of cubed raw mango. You can substitute this with cucumber in case you cannot find mango. Now I'm adding 1/8 of a cup pomegranate pearls. To this, let us add salt to taste. Now let us add 1 teaspoon of sugar. This is for just balancing out all the flavors beautifully. To this, I'm going to be adding 1 slit green chili, 1.5 teaspoons minced ginger and 2 tablespoons of finely chopped coriander leaves. Let us add 2 tablespoons of freshly grated coconut. Again, the coconut lends a beautiful texture and flavor to your gopalkala, so highly recommended, but you can always skip it in case you do not have the coconut. Once you've added this, I'm going to be adding 2 cups of whisked fresh yogurt. I set my yogurt at home, so that's what I've used today. Once you've added the yogurt, let us give it a good mix using a spoon. Now, this gopalkala, or rather curd poha, has the tendency to thicken over time. Let us finish the tempering first. Let us add 1 teaspoon of ghee, pop 1 teaspoon of mustard and urad dal along with some curry leaves, and add this to the curd poha or our gopalkala. Like I was saying, gopalkala tends to thicken over time. So before serving, add more curd or water to adjust the consistency, and also adjust your salt. Check for seasoning before serving and go ahead and serve it up. And that's it, my friends. 3 easy Gokulashtami recipes. These are the ones for you: Rava Laddu, Gopalkala and Vellaval. I hope you all make this, enjoy the Krishnashtami and have a fantastic festival time at home. Thank you for watching. We'll be back soon again with more recipes. Till then, take care and bye-bye.